Since I made the first video of Call of Duty World War II, and this game's been out for a while, I figured I'd make my first impressions, my first thoughts on this game, Call of Duty World War II. And my review is not so positive as many agree with, as if you look at the reviews and the overall engagement of Call of Duty ever since, in my opinion, goes. So, come on, look at that grenade. Death. So embarrassing. But let me say the things of why I do not like this game. Number one, I don't really like any of the guns in this game. It feels like Call of Duty is giving you less options for guns when it comes to assault rifles, especially submachine guns. They give you less options and they add more recoil to the guns, which I don't know why they do that. And it just feels like you have less control of the guns than you did in the past. Like, let's look at Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 with the M7 and the M16A1 Scar. Like, those were insane guns that were insanely popular in the entire gaming community that literally made the game. Then you go to Black Ops 1 with the Commando, the G11, the FAMAS, the Galil, the Commando, I think I said that already, the M16, the FAL, the AUG, I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting a few, but you get the point. You had so many options that literally my strategy was to use assault rifles, but in this game I can't see myself using any assault rifles because it's either a burst weapon, which I don't really like, or the damage is not the same, as too much recoil, or it just doesn't feel the same as Call of Duty used to be back in the day. Another thing that I do not like about this game, I do not feel entitled and motivated to prestige in this game. I don't understand why they did the whole infantry division prestige, adding on to the whole rank prestige as well, and the weapon prestige, which they've done for a few years, and overall it's been successful, but I don't understand why they added the division prestige as well, because I mean, all you do get is, if I'm not mistaken, is a calling card and a new camo or something like that, and I don't feel like wasting time going all the way to master prestige on division, which, like, I don't know, I don't feel like doing that much for grind. If I don't feel like doing the rank prestige, why would I want to do division prestige? Especially because, in my opinion, I don't think really anyone cares about what division level or prestige they are, at least in my lobbies, because I don't really pay attention to that, and the friends I talk to who play this game don't really pay attention to that either, because who cares? Another thing I don't like the maps in this game. This one I'm playing in this session, the snow one, I would say is the only map that I like. And some of the maps, they just look, they're so compacted together that you can't camp, it forces you to rush, and it's just so congested. Like, let's look at a map like the London Docks, which in my opinion is the worst map on this whole game. It's like nothing's there, it's so boring. Like, the layout is very confusing. You have like the upper area, and then you have the lower area with the docks, which literally is like the hallway of death in the airplane and Modern Warfare 3. Like, it's just, God, whenever I am in that map, there's a few games in this session, but most of the time when I see that in the write-up, I just quit out of the lobby and go to a different lobby, because I just don't like the map. I can't get behind it. Another thing I don't like about this game, I don't understand why they changed domination. I did not like this ever since the change in Black Ops 2, going from the old domination ways where it was first one at 200, they didn't break up in rounds, to this whole round session again. Like, it doesn't make sense to me anymore, because let's just say you are down 140 to 100 going into round 2. Number one, the enemies could use all their kill streaks on you, which gives you less momentum, and considering right here when the game takes a break with the kill cam, bronze star, whatever, and then it forces you to load up for it, gives you like a 20-25 second queue up. It causes you to lose momentum, and you kind of lose a bit of energy, or you know what I mean. So I don't understand why they split it up, because I don't know, it just doesn't really make sense to me, because you just lose momentum and you just lose overall enjoyment, because you literally can't even, it's literally impossible to come back in a domination game if you're down, because if you're down going into round 2, you literally can't come back, just forcing you by the round 2. I liked how it was before on Modern Warfare 3 days, where domination, it didn't stop in rounds. It was the first one at 200. People can come back, it forced epic comebacks and epic victories. Now probably the number one thing I can get behind: the guns, the prestige, the maps, everything. The number one thing that I do not like in this game, actually no, there's 2 more things in this video, but most importantly, it's the deletion of theater mode. I don't understand why they got rid of theater mode, and as a content creator, I know how important theater mode is to content creators. Like, for example, I'm a YouTube creator. I record gameplays on my HD PVR, and sometimes the HD PVR will be acting up and I won't be able to record footage. And instead of, rebooting, because sometimes the HD PVR will get not really ruined, but like need like a reboot or something like that in mid-game. So most of the time I won't be able to use the game because the recording would cut off mid-game. Now normally you would, continue playing the game, and then after the game you will go into theater mode and then record the entire game. Then you'll be Gucci, you'll be fine. But considering they got rid of theater mode, it forces you to not upload videos on YouTube. Because what Call of Duty is basically doing when getting rid of theater mode is you're not encouraging people to record their footage and upload it online. You're not encouraging people to share it with their friends, and you're not encouraging people to tell people about this game and get it more. Like, I just don't understand that. It was so successful, and it was such a necessity that I don't think Call of Duty really noted, but then when it was gone, it just took everyone by surprise, especially me, because I know how important it is to have theater mode, because every now and again you'll get the HDPVR who will need to reboot mid-game, and you literally you went from footage that could be good, and then you could get it later, it'll be all good, to no matter what, the footage is unusable, and you might as well just rage quit out of the game because there's no point. Another thing that I don't like is zombies. And I think a lot of people can agree with me on this, how I don't understand what is going on in developers' head with zombies. Like, the Black Ops 1 zombies was a hit. Kino der Toten, 5, Call of the Dead, Verrückt, Ascension. So good zombie maps. Black Ops 2, you had Town, you had Transit, you have Mob of the Dead. Like, it was so successful back in the day. Now it really doesn't make sense anymore. For one, I don't understand why you get perks in zombies. That makes no sense to me. Number 2, having like perks like being ignored by zombies for 10 seconds, like being immune, having double the shotgun damage or something like that. That's stupid. Just get that out of here. No one wants that. That doesn't make it fun. That makes the game too easy then. Another thing about zombies is you're able to create classes before you start the game. What is that? Like, go back to your old ways, Call of Duty, because that was when it was really good. How you would get your friends all joined up. You would start with the M1911 pistol, and you would either get guns on the wall, the mystery bots, you would pack a punch, you would do something. Like, no one wants to create classes of overpowered shotguns and pistols and assault rifles before we even start the game, because that just makes it way too easy. it doesn't give you motivation to proceed on. Another thing is I don't really like the zombie maps, and then the whole system of zombies is confusing. Like when you get to round 5, like this version's like dogs appears, but this time it's like skeletons, which is already a weird, strange idea. And then after the round, the zombies would appear, but also the skeletons would also reappear. So I literally played one game of zombies, and as soon as the skeletons died the next round and they still were there with zombies, I just rage quit. And I haven't played zombies ever since because I just can't get behind it. It's not fun to me anymore, and I don't understand why the old ways of zombies was so successful. Now Call of Duty is like literally killing themselves with their own series, their own hit, which is disappointing to see, but with all the changes and moves they're making, you can't really fault them. So overall, I do not enjoy this game at all. I haven't really played the campaign that much, so I've heard the campaign is a hit, but I don't really like the multiplayer. I don't feel entitled to prestige. The zombies is the worst I've ever seen. And this is someone who played Black Ops 3 Zombies, and I thought that was awful. The campaign, I'll try it out, but overall, I don't really enjoy this game. I might come back later to, give my thoughts after a few weeks of growing on me, but right now, it's not a hit.